Yes guys, welcome back to the channel for yet another video, and today, as you can expect, it is a transfer video. What else can we do on the off season? So today we've picked out a player that I think Wrexham FC should sign. We're going to be talking a bit about him. We're going to be reacting to the retained list that came out yesterday, and I'm going to give my views on that. Before we start, let's try and smash 75 likes on today's video. I know you're more capable than hitting it. We got something like 260 on the last one, so that was incredible. Make sure to click the red subscribe button as well. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers, so make sure to do that and turn the notification bell on, and let's get into the news. So today we are going to be talking about a name Wrexham fans will know. It goes by the name of Davis Keillor-Dunn, a former player of ours. I think we should definitely go in and try and re-sign him, because lately he rejected a contract at newly National League side Oldham Athletic. He is up for grabs, and I'm sure a lot of teams will be trying to get his signature. A quick briefing on Keillor-Dunn. So he's a 24-year-old winger who he specialises down the wing. That's his favourite position, but he can play down the middle, and he's shown he can play down the middle. He scored 25 goals in the past 2 seasons for the Latics in League 2. He's a very skillful and very fast midfielder. In a recent interview, Keillor-Dunn did say he was going to sit down with his agent and see what's what, and see about all the potential options that he can choose from, because let's be honest, Keillor-Dunn, he scored something like 17 goals last season in League 2. Of course he's going to get interest from other League 2 teams, possibly even League 1 teams, because I think he does have the quality to play in that league. I would go in depth and talk about why we should sign him, but I don't think I need to. We've seen him play 6 games for Wrexham in the past, and in those 6 games he was incredible, skillful, he scored a goal, and he just overall played a massive part in our survival, because we survived by something like 1 point. But when him and Jarvis came in, you might remember at the time, they completely changed the season around. Like I said as well, he was a very effective player, and in the summer of 2020 he got his deserved move to Oldham Athletic. In the interview he also said this about Wrexham: "I love my time at Wrexham, the fans, the ground, the big European floodlights. The atmosphere was great when I was there, so it must be even better now with the crowds they've been getting. I've got nothing but good words to say about the club. It's a great setup there." So Keillor-Dunn, obviously, he obviously enjoyed his time at the club, and he showed that when he left. He was very grateful towards the club for the opportunity that we gave him to get back playing again. And if I'm being honest, I would happily take him back at the club in a split second. He'd be a great player to have back at the club. Obviously, we know he's a winger, but would we see about changing formation next season? Do I think Parkinson will go and try new formations? I think he will. I think he'll definitely have that considered in his mind. But like we said, he can play down the middle, so if we needed to, we could play him down the middle. We could try him up front in a couple of games as well. He'd probably be one of those players that we could try and develop into a wing back, because I think he'd play a really good role at wing back. The one thing with Keillor-Dunn as well is we know that we could get him on not as high wages as paying some of our players. We know we could probably get him on a decent enough wage, and we could get him on a free transfer as well. We wouldn't have to pay any funds for him, so that would be a real positive towards this signing. Obviously, Oldham fans were pretty devastated when it was announced that he would be leaving the club, and rightly so. He was one of their key players. Without his goals, they'd have been relegated a few weeks earlier. He is a very good player, and I know Oldham fans know that. So yeah, that's a bit about Davis Keillor-Dunn. Let me know in the comment section down below if you would take him back at the club. I definitely would, and the chances of this happening, I'd probably say around 60%, 50%, just because we don't play wingers, and there'll obviously be other League 1 and League 2 clubs looking at him. Do we need him? That's the real question. I would say it would be nice to have him, but I'm sure we could play without him. We could start the season and do equally as good if we had him than if we didn't have him. And now we are going to be looking at the retained list that was released by Wrexham yesterday. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, because obviously you don't like to see players leave. There's some players on this list that have been at the club for many years, and it is a shame to see them go. So the retained list as follows: the players that have been released upon the expiry of their current contracts are Lee Camp, Cam Green, Dan Jarvis, David Jones, Jordan Ponticelli, Devontae Redmond, Dawid Sheveniak and Kwame Thomas. So they're all the players that have left. We have exercised the option in Jake Bickerstaff's contract, so we've extended his by another year, and Harry Lennon will be offered the chance to sign a new contract when he is fit and to prove his fitness. And also David Jones has been released as a player, but he will be offered the opportunity to continue a role as the club's first team coach. So Lee Camp leaving, yeah, I don't think anyone's really that too disappointed with this one. Camp came in as a backup for Christian Dibble when Laneson got injured. I think he knew he wasn't going to be here next season unless he had a really good season. So not too devastated with that one. Cam Green, yeah, this was quite a bit of a big blow because last season, not the season gone, the season before that, I thought he played really well in that short period of time he had. He looked really good down that left flank, and then this season he didn't have the chance, and it's a shame because I know he is a good player and it's a real shame to see him go. Same with Dan Jarvis as well. When he first joined, he was incredible, skillful, scored goals, playmaker, but it's just when we've signed these new and better players in, it limited to him with game time, and it's a shame to see him go, but I'm sure wherever he'll go next, he will do well. David Jones, we know the situation. Jordan Ponticelli as well, this was a shame because he would run and he would run and he would run. He would put 110% in whenever he wore Wrexham's shirt, and I thought he was decent this season. He just didn't have the goals to show for it. And obviously now if we're planning to buy a new backup striker in the transfer window, he needs game time, and he is a striker that deserves to be starting week in, week out. And unfortunately, I just can't see that happening at Wrexham. Devontae Redmond, again, once we signed him, he had those first couple of really good games right at the start of the 19-20 season. Just ever since then, when Keats came back in, didn't have a chance. He made a couple of appearances this season under Parkinson. You know, he tried to give him his chance, which I rate highly of Parkinson, but it just wasn't going to work. He went on loan to Kidderminster Harriers, played a couple of games there, did all right, but I just don't think he was ever going to play for us again. Dawid Sheveniak, again, it's a real shame. He never really played. He was the Tunnocks Carrow UEFA Cup hero after he saved those penalties against Ayr United, but again, real shame to see Dawid leave. I did send him a message on Instagram about him leaving, and this was his reply. So incredible Dawid Sheveniak, thank you for that incredible message, and I wish him the best wherever he goes next in his career. He's a young keeper and he's got a massive future ahead of him. And then Kwame Thomas as well. It just shows how much an injury can change someone's career. You know, I don't think people realise it because he was on flames for us last season, scoring for fun, and then I think his Achilles or something injured before the big game against Notts County, worked his way back, was offered the chance to get a new contract. Wrexham, fair play to Wrexham, they could have released him, but you know, they offered him a contract, they kept him in a job when he was struggling with his injury. He came back, he worked really hard to get back, and then he just didn't seem the same when he came back, didn't get the game time. But like Jarvis, wherever he goes next, I wish him all the best, and I think he will do well wherever he goes. So yeah, that is the retained list. Everyone who did get released, I wish them the best of luck for the future. I'm sure, well, we know they put all their efforts in for the club. They only wanted the best for the club, and they put 100% in every time they played. So best of luck to them in the future. Let me know in the comment section down below one player in that retained list you'd have kept. There might be none. But yeah, if you do think we could have kept someone, let me know who it is in the comment section down below, and I think that's the right way to conclude the video. And make sure to smash 75 likes and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you probably tomorrow for another video. I've got one planned for then. So yeah, see you guys then. Take care.